Hey, brother Flex. Hey, Simone.
Okay, let me break this down, and I want y'all to hear me out because there's a lot of people, and I want people to share this.
Okay.
First of all, Flex can tell you some things because Flex is number one. He is pansexual.
Mm-hmm.
He is poly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he is also a leather man. So that's something that happened in that community.
Okay.
Also, we need to understand that when polyamorous, polygamy, whatever you want to call it, I just call it poly because it's the umbrella term.
Yes.
When poly arrived to the states, America was. We're gonna do a little history here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some of y'all don't know this, and some of you might know that when America was founded, it was founded to be a clean unit. It was created to bring in no more famine, no more what people considered bohemian lifestyle, which was Afrocentric African lifestyle. Anything that was coming from Asia, anything that was different, Europeans wanted to clean their country. So they found a country which was here where we're all at now, called America. And because of them wanting to they call it cleansing it. They wanted to cleanse it. It's called cleansing. You got to purge something, you can't get rid of it. Everybody knows that in Europe at the time they said it was famine, it was death, it was illness. There was a lot of craziness going on. Okay, and they decided, we need to leave here and go somewhere where that's a little bit more where we can start growing and getting what we need as benefits.
Yes.
So they arrived here to the Americas, okay, the U.S. And as they arrived here, they started allowing people into the new land. In the new land, they banned many things from coming here. And one of it was being multiply married to several people. Now, you have to remember that in Africa and Europe, anywhere outside of America, many people are married to many. Even Asians, some Asian kings have 3 or 4 wives. So we have to understand that they don't want that here. When they call this the purging, they didn't want to bring anything in that they had to deal with before because they didn't know where everything was coming from and didn't know how to handle it. It got out of hand.
Right.
2018 now is getting out of hand. They don't know any of this now either.
Yeah.
So, to make a long story short, in the Caribbean islands, in the African islands, and Spaniard islands, all over, there was that life. Yeah. There were many lords, many kings, many queens that took on extra hands into the household. Yeah. And they did that through marriage.
Yes.
They would not just take you on and say, you're my property. Because if you did that, you were considered a slave. So they took on many kings, and it was only allowed within the tribes or the community or the area, the kings or the lords would do this. Because if you took you on, you were considered a slave, and they didn't want you to feel as though you were a slave. And in exchange for that, and I go back to history, a lot of times I had to get you 4 cows to get your wife and get your daughter, whatever. We don't do that now in 2018. We find a mate, say this is what I like to do. Yeah. Now we know that in the U.S. citizens, U.S. world, they do not allow us to have multiple marriages. It is illegal. Now some people are going underneath the
radar
idea of having a holy union, okay, or having a leather ceremony and bringing someone in as the extra hand, the extra mate, as a marriage. Because legally we cannot be married to 2 people in a state unless you don't cross the country or something and do something crazy.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So to make a long story short, being polyamorous is what we are in the LGBT community because we didn't have legal marriages. We didn't have the legal right. So the word of polyamorous was used more often in the States just so that we could do what we wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay?
I guess.
And we told the government that's what we're doing because we couldn't get married. That was the problem. That's why polyamorous is there because we couldn't be married to 3 or 4 mates. So for us to be Polyamory is different.
Okay.
I mean, that can happen in Africa, it can happen in other countries because they allow it in other countries.
Yeah.
But here in the Americas, we call it polyamorous because they don't allow us to marry multiple mates. Like I said, the purge is still going. They don't allow it.
That's true.
So when you have a household of women and men living together, it's a polyamorous household. And it's not about the sexual activity. It's about, let me take the sex out of it. And I said this to somebody the other day. Take the sex out of it and imagine a whole bunch of LGBT gay people or your brothers and sisters living in a house, all happy, everybody paying a bill, like a lot of Spanish people do. They live together, you know, they help out, they do things, they get to the car, they buy a car together, they make it together and become a kingdom within its own self.
Empire, yes.
Take away the sexuality, right? Own little empire. You take away the sexuality, and you have your own empire. You've got everything that everybody together, and that's what poly is. Poly is the term. I'm going back to that.
Yes.
So when you have the poly going on, you have rules and regulations, standards, and levels. Now, yes, you may have you may have what I call the mother-father image, the couple that's the original couple.
Yeah.
That original couple makes the rules, makes the standards. And it's got to be together. I know you're the man of the house and she's the woman of the house, but you've got to work it together for the comfort of each other without having conflict within each other. You're the key relationship. And it has to be understood.
Yes.
There should be no male chauvinistic actions taken into this in 2018, because now you're going to have a mess. Because we are not by tradition raised by what our forefathers and generations back were raised. Times are different now, so we have to come to some form of agreement. And being a head of a household, being the dominant male in my household, I am the dominant male. My kids to this day know I'm in charge. Okay, I don't have a mate, but my kids know I'm in charge. So I make the rules, I make the regulations, just like a father would do. So should I have a mate, my mate understands that I am poly, and if this is not for you, you don't understand it, you need to step away.
Exactly.
Because later in time, I'm going to seek another mate. But before I seek another mate, we have to make sure, me and that mate, if they're willing to be in a relationship with me, that we are munching together and bonding together with so much strength that should another person come in and act a fool, they are dismissed. Not my mate is dismissed.
That's right.
So we have to understand that being poly means the unit relationship is the key relationship. Now, I've been in many relationships, and I was legally married to a woman. Yes, I was. And I was in a poly relationship. Here is the downfall. The rule of the household was, out of all of the others that were in that poly relationship, the rule was we were not to step outside of the family having sexual interactions with others outside of that unit. And there was a unit of 6 of us. And that was the rule. The key mate, the alpha, female, stepped outside of that circle and had interactions with an outsider.
Wow.
Which then diminished the household, which means she had to go. Mind you, we were together for 4 years. And everyone knew the rule. That's the thing, the rule. She stepped outside, and the following week, we were no longer a couple. It can also devastate the unit itself, because then everyone felt shattered. They idolized her as the alpha. They gave her that respect. Then they lost the respect.
That's true.
They felt the pain more than I did. So this is why I'm saying that being in a poly relationship, you have to be very, very understanding and very much working together. And I say living together the most, because the thing is that you've got to be able to know each other well enough to know that even if you stepped in the wrong direction, you know you're doing wrong as the alpha male. Now, in a poly relationship, people need to understand that it's a lot of work. And you have to be willing to be not pushy, not bossful, not over dominating, but you have to have a lot of compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And being a man as you are, you're going to have to learn to be weak
Mm-hmm.
to allow the others to be strong. Because everyone has different qualities they're bringing to the table, to the forefront. And where you're weak, each mate will pick up your weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And where you're strong, you'll pick up those mates' weaknesses. So if you have 2, 3 other wives, guess how much stronger you have to be as a man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Even more.
That means you got to have enough headache medicine, enough patience, and
Yeah.
enough to be humble to stand back.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
And willing to be able to come to some negotiation and not let it always be about yourself
Yeah.
because you are the alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that are listening right now in a poly relationship, I don't care if it's a multiple marriage or a multiple living together situation, because as I said, in the LGBT community, it's considered polyamorous.
No.
Now that we're getting married, we're now getting people that are marrying each other.
Yeah.
But we all know that we can go to jail for doing that in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So we live under the umbrella of just the word poly.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be very strong of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Not act strong as a man, not pretend to be a strong man.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be strong in here
Here. Mm-hmm.
to be able to fold
Yeah.
when you need to.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's true.
And be able to compromise when you have to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as the alpha male. Alpha females need to be able to be the ones to lead the others coming in and remind them you're secondary. Because I was here first. I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I came from a poly household.
Mm-hmm.
I came from a poly household.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was taught these things. So because I know this, that's why I say the things I've been saying, because
We
it's
hear
a
you.
lot more intel than just like, this is what I'm feeling I need to do, da 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 da, and pick this. We cannot just pick people outside of the word poly. Sometimes we have to find those mates that are in that community. That's like finding a Christian dating a person that's Jewish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have to
And you
have
try to
similar.
find a good man, but he's Jewish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't understand what Judaism is about,
Mm-hmm.
and you just stepping all over his toes, and
Mm-hmm.
he's looking at you like, okay, whatever, but I don't believe in Jesus. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's gonna be messy. You
Yeah.
don't need mess. You need commonality of knowledge of what this really is.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're dealing with someone who's new to this, you need to bond first with that woman
Yeah.
first for her to see you as the poly man that you are.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I'm not being mean to you at all, but I know your desires, but your desire is to hold off first. Your first 2 years, you and Miss Michaela should turn around and work on your relationship first
Mm-hmm.
before you bring in another party.
Mm-hmm.
So that she's comfortable and she's willing to say, I'm willing to try this, other than I'm scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you know, that's something that,
You don't want your alpha that you love to be scared.
yeah. I mean, that's something that, it's been discussed or whatever, and, definitely talked about that. And, I just feel like whenever, it's time, we'll both know. So I'm not rushing, I'm with you, Brother Flex. I hear you. But just to know, like, it
Right.
can happen.
And I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I'll say this to anybody that's watching this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this to anybody that's watching this. If you are the male of the house,
Mm-hmm.
you have to bend and fold sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Yeah.
I've been and fold many times. This is why I don't have a mate. Yes, I'm still a bachelor. This is why I don't have a mate, because I tell people I'm poly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they look at me and say, what does that mean? That means sometime down the road, I will bring someone into this relationship.
Exactly. It could be a year,
I might
2
just
years.
play with them and BDSM, but they are part of that household.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can't seem to get a mate, because the thing is, in the mindset of the world, poly means we're out here having sex with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We're not swingers.
Yeah.
Please understand, it's not a swinger relationship. I can be a whore and a swinger without being poly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
I can be a man whore and be at a swinging party without being poly. Because see, swingers don't bring each other home. Swingers don't live together. Swingers don't work together. Swingers show up at the next event, swing around and do what they do.
That's right. That's right. And you know, and that's the thing too, brother Flair. I mean,
poly does not mean I have to be sexual.
Yeah.
Right. Poly doesn't mean I have to be sexual with every person in the household. Because in my household, I was poly, but I was not sexual with every other person in the household.
I got you.
I was sexual with two.
Yeah, brother Fletcher, that's a point I want to make, because people would think when you say poly or you say any form of polypolygyny, man, they would think, oh, it's about sex. It's like you don't have to be in a relationship to have sex. I mean, you could just be quote unquote single and do it. You know what I mean? You don't have to why join in such a union like that if you just want to have sex. Like he was already having sex. So yeah, it was like any commitment, any connection.
Right. It's not about
you have to put up with all these personalities and all like
take away gender.
Yeah.
You have to take away You have to take away the idea of gender in this whole picture. Take away gender and work with souls and minds. That's what you have to do. You cannot look at your mate as the gender or the organ that they carry or anything of the sort. You have to look at them as the spirit of what you're working with. And that spirit, how it moves within the unit. That's how you need to look at that. That's my suggestion to anyone and everyone. And so with that being said, when you are a poly household, sometimes you can become very much a mixture of individuals in that household, which I had. I had males and I had females. I had lesbians. I had straight women. I had gay men. I had a trans woman. So because of that, we became the pansexual poly household.
Gotcha. I guess.
So with you being with someone of transgender background experience, you might take on a cisgendered woman and have a transgender woman. You're now a pansexual poly household.
Okay.
Got it?
I somewhat.
So when you're dealing with trans, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Because deep down inside, no pun intended to any of my trans folk, and don't misunderstand me, you're dealing with poly energy. But you're also dealing with pansexual energy. Because it's not about the gender, it's about the spirit and the energy that's there.
All right. Okay, well, I respect, your view on that, like I say, when you said,
I got you thinking now,
Yeah, I respect you. I see spiritually where you're coming from. My thing, you have to look at people spiritual first. But for me, this is me. Like I said, no pun intended. I'm also going to look at the gender as well. And I do see gender. I'm not going to lie to myself, lie to people. I see gender, so I'm not attracted. But I understand where you come,
right,
by that.
Right, and that's the thing. Yeah. But that's the thing that when poly before it arrived to America, it was still active during the time of slavery and during the time of that, because many still were involved when they were here. And that's one reason why they really separated us, because they didn't want to see that unification, how it worked. They saw how we worked as, even people from the Caribbean islands. We had some Spaniard folks that come here, and they were going through that slavery process as well. It was even going on in the tribal, the Native American, that was happening in that as well. So I'm not going to keep you on here. I'm not going to stay on with you, but that was happening as well. And that's why they called it, they did a lot of separation.
Yes.
They did a lot of separation because that was to take away, it was not to strip us of who we were. It was to strip us of not bringing what they did not want here.
Gotcha. I hear you.
It was called, they wanted to do things on that level, their law they made. There were laws that y'all don't even know that I looked up and I said, well, where did that come from? If you look back on the laws of yesterday, you'll find out why we are where we are today as a group of people of color.
Yeah. Well, that's true, Brother Flex. And I appreciate, your wisdom, blessing us with it. Everything that you, given is amazing. And I appreciate, having you on, It's always wonderful to have you on. So definitely, we will all take that in consideration. So have a good day, good night, and shalom, and love you. One love. Thank you,
You
Albert.
too.
Thank you, Albert. Respect.
All right
All
now.
right. Okay. So anybody else want to come on? Ari, or based told Ari send a request. Sorry if I didn't see any comments. So while Ari is sending requests, I'm gonna try to get. Okay. Yeah, and to thank. Okay, nobody's really said anything. Okay, so sent a request. Okay, Ari Lee. Okay, Ari Lee. I'm bringing you on right now. So we're gonna have Ari on. Then we're going to probably have Babes on again if she wants to come back on and kind of close it out. So, we're talking about poly, the benefits of poly, how beneficial it can be, the plus and minuses and everything dealing with poly. And it was mainly starting off the live from a woman's point of view. So that's what we want to get as many women, trans women who, and whether you're poly amorous, whether you're where you just believe in this polygyny, I'm adding you and it's not, I'm approving you. Okay, Ari, it's not. Okay, babes, I'm gonna bringing on babes, my babes on again. You know what I'm saying? My twin, hey, twin. Yeah, please, bro. Okay, I want to watch. Yeah. All right, I will, Jada Bitter says, hey, good to see you. Hey, I didn't know you was in the live. Okay, I will. I was, definitely have it on my, yeah, it'll be on my page and you will have it. Hey, babes, yeah.
So everyone good. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed what Flex just said. I know you don't.
Yeah.
I know we ain't gonna ever have like no multiple that's crazy. But
Yeah.
But
yeah. But I mean, like I said, we respect.
That's the part that I was trying to. Flex said it way more elegantly than I could ever say. Taking the time part, making sure our foundation is strong. Like that's what's important.
Yes, I understand.
Ari said she don't know what happened. Ari, sometimes wait, hold on. Sometimes when you're been in pause for a long time, Facebook be tripping you. Sometimes you actually have to leave Facebook and get.
Oh, you have to leave, come back on.
Then send a request.
That's why I got to help me. I got babes to help me out. Yeah, that's right. You have to close out and come back on the live. Yeah.
But
work that time. Yeah, babes.
One of the things that I can definitely see for myself is that I like the community part of it, that family aspect of polyamory. I really enjoy all of that. And it just seems a more if it can be spiritual, like Flex said, it can be amazing, I think.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you have to find wives, or however you go about your poly relationship, whether it's polygynous, you're just a man with having more than one wife, or polyamorous, and everybody you have men, you have women. You have to be people that are unified under the same umbrella of understanding, spiritually, very, because you're going to be different, but similar morals and guidelines. They have to be, together. It's, anybody, bring anybody into here and they could, you have anything going on, but the order that you want, or y'all, want. So you have you and your wife and kids. Like we have our connection. I believe you need somebody else that shares, understands and share those similar values that we have. So that's definitely important, or else it's going to definitely be chaos. So, and it takes time. It does. Definitely takes time. So I would definitely tell any brother that to definitely, take your time to get to know know your wife you're with now, and the other wife you're trying to bring in. Take your time, like really, like make sure that she has a deep understanding of what y'all have established how it go, because you are going to have, and I, Paige, remember I told you, say, you're going to be the alpha, you know, female, going to be the alpha woman in the relationship. So that's how it's going to be. The one that was there first is going to usually be there to look after and tell the other ones, hey, this is kind of how it goes around here, just to remind you. So yeah, that's that. But as far as me, I'm gonna be only a man in alpha man that flex. I add you as okay. I thought somebody was saying it was wanted me to add them onto the live thought. I reach back on. But
Does she
yeah,
have the
beige,
green by her names again?
the green, yeah,
Okay, well then you can add her again. So I'm gonna get off so you can add her because I definitely want to hear what she has to
Oh,
say.
okay, all right, beige, all right. Later. All right, au revoir. Okay, Ari, trying to usually I can scroll through my viewers if you okay, all right. Um, um, okay, that's just the friends. If I could find those who are watching. Okay, Ari, you send it? Can you send me? Try. Come on, speak. We're about how much time? We're an hour and 23 minutes in. Okay, so
Hi,
hey, how you doing? Hey,
fine. How are
Shalom.
you?
All right,
Peace
how
and
are you?
blessings to everybody.
Thank you, and peace and blessings to you too. All
Okay,
right.
now I'm completely in agreement with Flex. Like,
Okay.
completely. That's how I view any type form of poly relationship. It should be
Okay.
spiritual in nature first, and it
Mm-hmm.
should be based on the connection, not the sexual attraction, not
Mm-hmm.
the sexual thrill.
Mm-hmm.
I also believe that sister wives should date amongst each other. Build that connection with your sister wife if you're going to be with a man who's only going to have multiple wives, because y'all connection will give the man the best benefit. Period.
Okay.
And it's not about uplifting the man, because if he's the man he's supposed to be, he will uplift
Already.
all these women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
And that's just how I see things. I am fully poly.
Oh.
I'm the one that introduced poly into my own life. I suggested it to a boyfriend of mine because I got
Oh. Okay.
tired of the side women, and
Mm.
I wanted the honesty,
Yes. That's right.
and I wanted
That's
to know the woman you were dealing with, because
that's right.
as
Mm-hmm.
a very spiritual woman as I am,
Mm-hmm. The energy.
I feel shit. So when y'all
Mm-hmm.
fucked up, it fucks up shit here. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
need to know what's going
Mm-hmm.
on all the way around.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. I
That way
definitely
I can
understand.
keep myself centered. I can know
Mm-hmm.
what role I play for you. And if I'm
Mm-hmm.
the alpha
Mm-hmm.
of this relationship, you're going
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
respect me first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes.
What I
Mm-hmm.
say goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yes.
goes down
That's
the line. Yes, I will look out for everybody's best interest. I'm not selfish. I'm not jealous. I know
mm-hmm.
what role I play for my man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I know
That's
what
right.
role I can play. And I know
Yeah.
that I'm a multifaceted person. And I know a man cannot fully equate into all of that. So
Mm.
if I feel like you're not fully satisfying every aspect of my being, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to suggest to you that I add somebody else in. But that's after we're already concrete and you know that that love for you is unconditional in
Mm-hmm.
whatever form that expresses itself.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's that's good.
that's just
You
how I
know.
see things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I tell people, I'm a celestial being having a human experience.
Experience. Mm-hmm.
I just happen
That's
to be more feminine, but born with male genitalia.
oh, yeah, I hear that. So I definitely understand you. I know where you're coming from. So yes, so we are spiritual beings having a human experience, or celestial beings
Exactly.
having
And it's
you know,
and we're here
terrestrial.
for the connection. And the
Mm-hmm.
deeper our connections, the more we learn about ourselves. We learn through our
Mm-hmm.
partners. And we can learn through our sister wives. We can learn through our multiple husbands, whatever your situation is for you.
Is. And
but it's about fully being aware of your being, like on a whole nother level.
No.
It's like, okay, I'm honest enough with you to be honest and say, you're not fully satisfying me. That doesn't mean I love you any less. But I need it's something you're not giving me that I know somebody else can. So why deny me the chance to miss out on that? And I wouldn't restrict you either. If you feel like I'm not giving you everything, you know, tell me that. And that way, if I'm comfortable enough in my womanhood to say, okay, I know what I give you. I know she cannot replace me, but she can help you in your growth. Okay, we can try this, babe.
And yeah, and as I mentioned on the live I did before this, when I talked about it, I said, once stop comparing themselves, that can sometimes help because you'll never
it's
be
not
able
a
to cook the way
competition.
you cook.
It should never be a competition with any other feminine energy. We all play our different roles. We're all different reflections of the goddess. Period.
That's right. That's right.
I can be a chaotic reflection of the goddess. I can be a peaceful reflection of the goddess. I can be a neutral reflection of the goddess. But I'm the goddess nonetheless.
I'm just read this comment right quick from Flex. He said, Flex Jones says, as the alpha, your man expects you to see to it has a relationship you and the man hold stay lifted up with no sidetracking or off track. I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy about to do a dance. It says so.
Yes, Flex, because it's like people need to get out of this. Like we've been conditioned so much to think that, like, as a human, you would find attraction in other people. I'm a sapiosexual first. So my initial attraction isn't based on how you look, it's how you think.
Yep.
Because I ask weird questions. What kind of mythical creature would you want to be if you could be any mythical creature? Like I'm one of those types. I want to see how you think outside of the box. Because that's going to let me know if I have a capacity to be with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and most seem like I've noticed. That's just my experience. People, trans women are more, sapiosexual. Which that's very good.
Because it's like at the end of the day, I'm hit with sex every day if I want it or not. So sex, I can get sex if I want it. I can't get a real connection.
Yeah.
So I seek a real connection. If you're going to give me a real connection, don't bullshit me. You can't sell me a dream. Like, be for real. Yeah. And if you're going to be a man in a situation, be a man. If you want me to yourself, show me you want me to yourself.
Exactly.
And show me that you have the capacity to give me everything I need and have another woman. Because if you can't fully satisfy me, why the fuck you going to add another woman?
That's true. As I mentioned in my live before, if you can only deal with two, deal with two. If you only deal with three, deal with three. Or if you only deal with one. Whatever it is, what it is. But you have to be honest with yourself. And that's the thing with a man, being honest, with yourself and with the woman that you're trying to bring.
But I also preach that even before you get in a one person, a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Know yourself first. Know what you truly are willing to give in a relationship, what you expect, what you want in life. Can you truly give your time to say, I want to have a life partner. I want to bring somebody into my world who can share my world. I can share theirs, and we can still grow independently, but cohabitate.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I definitely agree with you. I respect, your views. I agree with, a good amount of things you said. Like I said, tell people, we can always agree to disagree. We can just, because we don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. We don't have it all. We here to learn and to build with one another.
Yes, because and not to damper the mood. I've been in a open relationship where the man had multiple people, and I told him I would only have one person. Our code was, if he was spending time with his other women, if I called and he didn't answer his phone, I knew he was dealing with one of the other women. And vice versa. If I didn't answer my phone, which was very rare, Don't come looking for me.
Yeah.
I'm probably dealing with the other person I told you I would be dealing with, and it was
Dealing
only
with.
one person.
First.
He walked in on us having sex because he was on whatever he was on, and whooped my ass. I love this man dearly. The whole time we were together, the whole year and a half we were together, not an argument, could talk about anything, very open. But because he lied to himself and said he could handle me having somebody else, he fucked that whole thing up.
Yeah, you know.
You know, so it's just, you know, like I tell people, poly isn't for everybody.
Everybody. I said that.
It's not. To each his
Yeah.
own, and I don't judge people for their choices. But
Me either.
if you're going to explore that, you have to be extremely, brutally honest with yourself first.
Yeah.
What can you truly give? Can you give your all to one person first before you try to add anybody else?
True. I definitely respect that. You know, I definitely respect that.
So
and it's
that's all I wanted to say. I love this topic. You know, I'm very open-minded, so you know,
that's like. Yeah, I mean, not put myself. Now, I thank you for your information and your experience and sharing that with us. But also, like I said, let people know, like, this is something I've studied for years. You know, I never really fully engaged in it fully, but it's something that, you know, what Flex mentioned. You tell somebody, hey, you know,
yes, I've been practicing poly
want to break
relationships since I was 12 years old. Since I started having relationships, I practiced poly relationships because I knew it was two sides to myself. I needed both sides to feel.
Exactly. Okay.
So that was my choice.
And that's the thing. I just feel like, you know, people just be more honest, you know, especially with certain, you know, women or whatever. You know, just if that's what you want to do, just let the person know. The man you come, hey, I want, you know, at some point another man. You know, I have my own views concerning it, but
that's not always the case, because it has been men that I have got with that I just wanted them. Like sometimes a man can't, if he's fulfilled in himself, he can give me everything I need. So if he wants to add somebody else, I have no problem because I'm confident in myself. But you know,
it's
not always about, you know, if he's giving me man, like he's a man. He's giving me everything I need. I don't question him about anything. He's feeding my spirit. He's feeding my mind. He's, you know, providing what a man is supposed to provide. I have no problem with you asking anyone else in if you feel you need that. But I'm going to ask certain questions. I'm going to want to know the person. I'm going to want to date the person because we're supposed to be sharing space with this person. So I have to build a love for this person as well.
But that's all right. That's all right, Zach, and it's all about honesty first. So thanks for having you on. Thank you for coming on, sharing, you know, your views with us, and I appreciate it. And be blessed, and thank you, sister. Have
yes,
a wonderful.
And peace and blessings to all. Bye.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Au revoir. Shalom. Okay. All right. Kind of about sum it up, and almost I'm gonna read, you know, Flex said, and shout out to Ari for coming on. That was very good, very information, you know, good information. Many are frightened of us because we are very upfront, and many are not used to honesty. Brother Flex, that's what a lot of them are not used to somebody telling them upfront, especially anybody. But especially, I've noticed it seems like with men, you know, you telling, hey, you know, this is me. Like, we went on one date. Don't go on a date with me. I have something to tell you. Before you even go on the date, you're just honest. You're just saying, hey, you know, I'm letting this woman know, you know, at some point, you know, I'm going to down the line have another woman. I'm open to the idea. That doesn't mean when we first, you know, hang out, I'm going to go get another woman. I'm going to get another wife. It could be years that I can go without having, you know, a wife. It's years I went out having no wife. I didn't think I was going to get to this point. So, you know, almost, you know, about to be married, you know, officially. So, you know, when you tell a person that, they think automatically you're going to have like a bunch of just women or different partners, automatically doesn't work like that. Like it took time for me to get to know you, to get you. It's going to take time for me to get to know the other person. You know, it takes time for us to even get to a certain level where we are close and bond. So it doesn't happen like that. They just think you're just going out grabbing and having sex, whatever like that. It's not, you know, not saying that couldn't happen in certain cases, but that's usually not the case, and that's probably not the proper way to go about. Okay, somebody just sent me a request. Okay, Bays wanna go on the other 2 hours is an hour in. I know Facebook lets you get about 4 hours, so we're not gonna go over. Hey, Bays.
Hey, hey, hey. Hi everybody who's ever left on this live. Thank you, Sister Ari. You answered a lot of questions. It was very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Flat. Um, I just got one last thing to say, and then we can end this live so I can prepare for Miko's live.
Okay.
Hypocrites.
Mm.
There was some young lady who told me not to share this beautiful informational live in her groups because she didn't want this kind of triggering thing, right? Today was a very informational live. Nobody pushed nobody's agenda on anybody, right? That's something that
Mm.
Amy do not do, right? And let me tell you something else. We don't ask to be nobody's transsexual couple role model. That's definitely what I never thought I would have in my life. And I promise you, I'm not the bitch to be nobody's role model when it comes to a relationship.
Yeah.
So, model MJ and Frank. Model, gosh, DJ Mike Vick and Latoya. Model, Hazel Ryder and his wife.
Mm.
Model, Somali and his wife. There's a lot
Mm.
of trans couples out there, right? And there's lots of
Mm.
people who are doing this. Some people are monogamous, some people are poly, some people are open, but they're
Mm.
happy. And at the end of the day, what I am about is about happiness, honesty, and love, right?
Yeah.
And you can't have love without honesty.
Honesty.
And some
Mm.
people just, before you can even be in a monogamous relationship, before you even put your energy upon another human being,
Yeah.
the God is telling me to say, work on thyself. Work on thyself. Work on self love. Because if you don't want to be with you,
Yes.
damn, adding 2 or 3 other people to the damn union. If you don't with you, you don't have one person in the union. If you don't have one person that you go to, then nothing is ever gonna work. You're always gonna be
Mm.
lost. You're always gonna make decisions that you regret. You're always gonna
Right.
do things to your body that you regret. So
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm.
be careful of who you listen to. Be careful of the information that you take in. Everybody is
Yes.
not good. Everybody's intentions aren't the best. That goes
Exactly.
for dating. That goes for friendships. That goes for everything. So just
Mm-hmm.
ask for the information that you let in. And if it's not for you,
Mm-hmm.
let it go.
Exactly. Let it go. Bag
If it's
lady.
something
Bag
that
man.
you're curious about doing, if it's something that you're tired of men cheating on you, you're tired of men using you, right? You're tired of being in financial, being broke and being in love, right? Maybe this
Yeah.
is an option. Like I said in the
Mm.
beginning of the video, one of the things that hi Trinice, one of the things that brought me to this, helped me bring me to this decision was the definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and
Mm-hmm.
then expect different results.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, so ain't nothing to it but to do it. What time is it?
Exactly. It's I got 5:31 on time I'm at right now, so it's probably near
Oh,
that time. Miko's
says she's gonna start at 6.
6. Okay, we still got a little bit more time, but yeah, as I even mentioned before, once we had lies about love and everything, and I would tell people to try to be in relationship with yourself because you get to know yourself, like what's for you, what's not for you, who you are.
Is
Stop comparing yourself to other people because what makes you you, so you can love the other person really as yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you might not want to be
First
in
of all,
quote unquote love with somebody because you will love them how you don't properly love
first
yourself.
of
So
all,
it starts with self.
I told you this, days. One of the reasons why I'm able to, because we always talk about how you was able to get to where we're at. One of the reasons
Mm-hmm.
why I'm able to get to where we're at is because I had to be good to myself. I
Yeah.
had to learn how
Go,
to.
baby. So go ahead. Somebody.
I had to be good to myself, y'all. I had to learn how to treat myself good. It was some things about myself I had to get in order. I had to get on hormones. I had to lose weight. There were certain things about myself that I needed to do in order to feel comfortable with myself, in order to be good with other people. I need to get over abandonment issues and not having my family and all this other good stuff that I was creating because I was toxic and there was no, I can't even um, get around that. Like, I, at the time, had some very negative, toxic energy.
All right. All right, babes. Some company coming there. Somebody at the door. Ah, yeah. Anyway. Whew.
Uh,
Okay.
was that if you ask any man who knew me before me and Jamie got together, I was one of the main trans women out there that they knew was gonna be on some man bashing shit, right? It was something that
Yeah.
I understand what I was doing. I was projecting the image that I hate men. That's why so many damn lesbians was after me because I projected the image that I hated men. I don't hate
Mm.
men at all. I love men. My issue with men, well, with certain men, is that they don't be honest, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
when I found a man who was honest, I can't be like, well, I said I wanted him to be, well, yeah. And you don't have to accept honesty when it comes to you, but you have to appreciate it at least. You have to appreciate where honesty is coming from. You have to,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes the hardest thing a person can do to you is be honest.
That's right. That's right. You know, self and others. Yeah. And that's the point. Like I said, with honesty, the truth hurts.
I,
It can hurt the ego. It can hurt.
you guys don't understand how badly I want to smoke a blunt.
Uh,
I mean, my
well, don't let. So it's getting to you. The words of someone or the actions. Don't let it get to you. Um,
said
but
again,
yeah.
but it just really hurt. As you know, as a woman, it hurt because I really looked at them as,
Mm,
and for them to
yeah.
the way they have been carrying on. That's not, you're not a friend to
Mm,
yourself if you would do that to another woman. So
mm,
it
yeah.
is.
Well, when you're down or you in a time of crisis, that's when you know who your true friends are and who you know true friends aren't or not or never was. So when you go through that, so if people think you don't have any money, you know, they'll think that, then their true colors will come out. If they think that you're at the hospital or you're sick, and they don't show up, they never send a get well card or anything, then who your true who why
Hey,
they
you
really
know what?
around you, how.
Let
So
me
yeah,
say this while we talking about
relationship problems.
let me tell you this when we're talking about unconditional love, and I realized this is something. Ooh, something in my ear just told me to say this. I realized that we in the trans, let's bring it out of the trans, the whole LGBTQ community. Sometimes we don't know what love is because we have never been shown love from the get go, especially now in this ruthless, savage time that we live in where people will kick their 13, 14-year-old sons out the house for acting feminine. So if you don't have love to give, acknowledge that. Gain love. Gain
Mm-hmm.
love. Gain love. And this is how you gain love, everybody. You have to do selfless acts for people and not expect anything in return. Not even
Mm-hmm.
karma to repay you back.
Yeah.
That's start to, you have to give love in order to have that love to receive. So you have to like kind of fake it a little bit until you make it right. So you have to do
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Adopt a dog. having a dog will teach you how to love something. Like it's not
Mm.
like loving a human because you know you tell a dog what to do, but it's a start.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
for,
Mm.
honey, buddy.
Oh, there we go. The dogs. Yeah, that's another example. Or Buddy and Honey. I hope they all right. Hope they're not getting into nothing at Babes. Yeah. So Babes. Yeah. Come to loving dogs. That's an example. But also, love is, I tell people, is a form. Well, according to some people, say you have to be insane, have to be crazy, because you're basically doing all this for someone or somebody who might be incapable of loving or doing it back to you. You're not doing it. It's like if a mother, has a child, or you have a child. The child doesn't really can't really give you anything. A child really can't really do too much for. I mean, they're basically, almost, helpless as a child. So they can't really, communicate to you. They can't really do a lot of stuff, but you love them
Sometimes
unconditionally.
you forget how
Yeah.
athletic little dogs is. Honey down there jumped over this whole ass fucking gate to get to this damn lizard that was like at the top of the damn.
What?
She damn near jumped over the whole thing and grabbed it out the air and was fighting it. I'm like, and it was a pretty big ass lizard. Oh God, I hope it's not a frog. Fortunately,
Oh Lord, I hope not gonna be foaming at the mouth after a while. But anyway, yeah, I hope not either.
that was so damn.
Lord have mercy,
Like,
honey. So
first of all, I'm
Jimmy
like,
had around Buddy too long.
first of all, I'm like, did something just jump over the fence? Like, where are my dogs? Like I'm thinking like, maybe a bird flew into the damn enclosure somehow, and I wasn't paying attention and came trying to grab one of the dogs. And
Wow. Well,
things like happen to you when you're high, everybody.
I know. We both know. No, I thought some really like crazy house. Oh Lord, man, right when we're doing a live.
Just do this incredible ass jump. And I'm just like,
Babes, it's the gymnastics. That gymnastics, that's what it is.
okay, that's good. Then we need to talk. That little dog is, and I told you, like, we was in Las Vegas last year, I should kill the rabbit. And it's coming up to that time when her sister killed the rabbit. I know Facebook gonna remind me soon.
Oh Lord. Oh, your Facebook gonna bring that up. Wow, that's crazy. You almost killed the rabbit.
They
Wow.
almost killed the rabbit. They did kill the rabbit.
Hold on. Well, we're gonna have to YouTube didn't censor that. I mean, no, you told me Facebook didn't censor that.
No, well, no.
They did. Okay, wow. On video, usually stuff, I guess, because it's animals. I guess they don't, because it's animals. But anyway, yeah, Facebook doesn't. Wow, like, okay.
So back to the conversation. I'm sorry, everybody.
Stay away from honey.
I thought something happened to my baby, and Marvel's in their baby. So, okay. What I was saying is this. I will never judge your situation, so don't judge mine, right?
True.
So, sweep around your own front porch before you try to sweep around mine. So, I love everybody. I wish some of these things hasn't came to where they came to, but I feel like I almost got forced to make some certain decisions because people kept doing subliminal messages.
I know.
That's subliminal messages. So I'm gonna say this one last time. If you're friends with Tila Love, don't add me to her shit. Don't tag me into nothing. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry. That woman is dead to me after her actions lately. So,
okay.
Even if she put a video to this, don't tag. I don't care. Miserable ass be miserable over there by her miserable self.
Well, they heard your piece or whatever, and like I say, I don't,
subliminal.
Yeah.
Scorpio. Gemini.
I don't disrespect anybody's live. I don't go on their live. They can say stuff about the Bible. People know how I feel about the Bible, what I come with. I have my certain views. People, they can say what they say. I still can let them say what they say on their live and still be friends and be cool and respect, things that they have said that probably has offended me, but I soaked it up and just moved on. But when I say something because of how I choose to go about, polygyny, and the women who, if the women that come into my life, the other women that come in life, would they agree to, you have an issue with that because that's how I want to go about it, and you want to make a big, hoopla or whatever. Like you're not gonna dictate to what I do in my bedroom in my house as you paying my bills, or that's whatever the case may be. If you're not doing that, I'm not telling you what to bring or do in your bedroom. Don't tell me what to do in my house, my
In
bedroom,
more
with my union, my
way.
family. Don't do that.
What Jamie is
Yeah,
saying, unless you fucking me, feeding me, or financing me, bitch, stay the fuck out my business.
exactly.
Thank
Sum
you.
it up. Okay, that's I didn't say it that way, but that's what I'm saying. Uh, yeah, but keep that
And I love that
there.
woman. Secure That Bag is still one of my favorite songs I heard from a trans artist ever.
Yeah, exactly. No, no hatred.
No
It's
hate,
all love, but
all love.
exactly,
But
we just have
we
to.
came for, don't come. Don't shoot
Exactly.
back us. That's all I'm saying. Don't let this baby
Because
face. But all I'm saying,
yeah.
at this point in time, ain't no beef, ain't no issues.
Mm-hmm.
She's over there in her lane. Let her stay over there in her
Mm-hmm.
lane. She loves to do
Yeah.
these announcements. Well, here's one for her. Don't add me into her shit. Don't tag me into her shit. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. But I love her.
I love
love
her,
her.
yeah. So she want the polyamory, I want the polygyny. That was the biggest issue. What about the women? I said, well, I don't agree with. I'm just, polygyny, one man, multiple women, not poly. That's not me. That's not, with the open thing. I'm not with that. So, but I
But
respect
if
those who
man
do. Like I
have,
have people.
why I say
Yeah.
I don't deal with hypocrites. But if her man was to have sex with his sister and the woman, she'd be perfectly fine with that shit.
Exactly.
That's where
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't deal with hypocrites.
But yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna just like I say, keep it at that. I'm not gonna, that energy too much any longer. It's already enough out there, and I'm gonna keep it at that. So, like I said, everybody has an answer to God for what they do or don't do. So we all have
Exactly.
to exactly.
I learned a lot from my fallen sister Tila. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Learned a lot of stuff. But what I would not do, I would not engage in social media warfare. That's what I would not do. Not about my life.
So exactly. So me not do that either, cause me not the war teacher. True, see it. So yeah. Dep on the Facebook, me not do no war thing. See me I say straight. So dep on the road, me about the war thing. See me I say. But yeah, that's yeah, that's it. Kind of far as anything else concerning polygyny, I think we summed it up. This was a good live. It's kind of getting close to 6 now. Dylan just good live talking about polygyny and the benefits. That's what we want to start off, ladies and gentlemen. To start off, kind of talking about the benefits of polygyny and also hearing it from a woman's perspective. We were supposed to have Jessica Wright, special guest. She came on, but she was on briefly because she had a situation that she needed to deal with. So hopefully tomorrow or either Monday or maybe next week, we don't know for sure. We can really you can hear her story and what she went through and the things that she went through in her long-term poly relationship and how beneficial it was for her. So I, definitely, I believe that's what needs to, that story needs to definitely be heard, and it could definitely help change people's, especially women and men, viewpoint on how to go about it or what it is and what it isn't to be in such a union. Yeah, so we have Babes on, Michaela. It was supposed to be just Babes, Michaela, and her on the live just for y'all I could just kind of sit back and y'all could hear them. But we had everybody had Flex on. Thanks, Brother Flex. Thanks, Sister Ari, Lee Ammon for coming on, Brother Flex Jones, Babes, all those who was.
Jessica, just me and her as, women of polygyny, maybe she might feel a little bit more comfortable doing it that way.
Okay, Babes, you said have y'all on just your own live, what were you saying?
Yeah, I might sometime next week in the next couple of days, I might just try to do a live with her about the subject if she feels more comfortable that way. I'll let you know what she says.
Oh, okay. So, but doing the interview so she can tell her story, right?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that'll be perfect. And that's what, like I said, I'm all for that because I said I'm for. Like I sent you video, I said you hearing it from a woman's perspective is very, Very good. Hear what both sides, man and woman, it's ever beneficial. So, oh yeah. So we're gonna look into that, and hopefully that will work out. So people can hear a story. And I want to say Shabbat Shalom. Well, Shabbat is almost over. Thank those for watching. May you be blessed. Thanks, babes. I love you for coming on, and I love you for just being there, just being, almost a shield for me, like, within this and the community and all that. Because babes, that's your best weapon in warfare is your woman. Period. You ain't gonna really get nowhere without your woman, especially the woman who really loves and be there with you for day one. I'm telling you, like, protect you from all kind of things. And yeah, just y'all have a good evening, good night. I appreciate everybody for coming on, giving the news, and I'm gonna close out. This is Jamie the Jew, signing off. Polygyny, the benefits. Look into it, love it, like it, dislike it. Night. We'll do it again later. All right.